Thank you for joining us for this fitness class today. Let me just invite everybody to stand up, to start standing up. And in this beginning for the warm up, really, we're just trying to move joints, move muscles. We're not stretching. We'll do more stretching towards the end of the class, but here we're just moving. So just sort of swaying from side to side, your shoulders, your hips, letting your hips move in a circle, letting your shoulders move, letting them move naturally, which will mean that your shoulders are going to move in the opposite direction as your hips, letting your head be a little bit heavy so that you can feel this motion in your neck as well, going the other direction, letting your knees be soft so that we're just moving the ankles, the knees, the hips, coming to stillness, and doing back rolls with the shoulders, so one side and then the other. Again, letting your knees be soft, kind of leaning into this so that you're stretching the side of the rib cage as well, and going in the other direction. Again, we're not going for speed here, just moving slow, feeling the body as we're getting started here. So you can notice if there are any areas that feel kind of tight, and you just want to move them with consideration, with mindfulness, letting your body sort of dictate it. Letting the arms swing forward and back, just loosening up the shoulders a little bit. Letting your hands come up to the sides, up in the front, and just however it's comfortable for you. Sometimes if my shoulders feel tight, and they often do, I won't raise my hands above shoulder level. I might not even come to that. So just paying attention to how your shoulders feel today. Bringing your arms overhead. Another thing I often do if my shoulders bother me, instead of raising my arms to the side, I'll raise them up the front of the body. And here, just stretching up toward the ceiling, looking up, stretching one hand and then the other. Thinking you're going to feel the stretch in the arms and the side of the body. Coming to stillness. Bringing the arms down toward the floor, palms back. Just pulsing the hands back, pulsing them back. And then moving your weight from one foot to the other. And so just feeling, the weight transfer, maybe lifting up one foot and the other. Just sort of getting the balancing part of your ears and your brain to start thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some balancing here. Coming to stillness, picking up one heel, and then just turning your foot in a circle. And again, you're going to feel this in your toes, in your ankle, your knees, your hips, going in the other direction. And then with the other foot, letting your weight come to the foot that was moving and moving the other one. A circle in one direction and then the other. All right, coming to stillness. And then extending your hands in front of you, just extending your fingers, making a fist. So loose fist, turning your hands in circles, one way and then the other. And then bigger circles with your arms, so moving the elbows, way and the other. Bringing your hands together in front of you, just the fingertips, actually the tips of your fingers, tips of your thumbs, and just pressing them together, pressing the hands together, little pulses. And then again, making a fist. So moving your fingers around. So we've just moved all of the different joints in the body. Now with your feet flat on the floor, just bending the knees and bouncing. Kind of bouncing a little bit, twisting from side to side. Right, just coming to stillness here. Just feeling the body getting warmed up a little bit. And coming to a seated posture, we'll do just a couple of ab exercises, and then I'll turn you over to Jess. But as we do these exercises, you'll hear us often say, keep your chin back to protect your neck, keep your shoulders tight to protect your upper back, keep your stomach tight to protect your low back. So this is just a couple of simple isometric exercises with your hands on your legs. Lean forward, like you're pushing your shoulders toward your legs, and push your shoulders back. So pushing your shoulders forward with your belly, pushing your shoulders back with your hands, and just noticing the muscles in your stomach that are engaged while doing this, and also the muscles in your arms. Just pushing shoulders down, shoulders back, relaxing. Breath. Just do that one more time. Pressing the shoulders down and pushing them back. Letting go of that. And with sort of a wide stance, putting one hand on the opposite knee, and again, pressing your shoulder towards that knee and pushing it back at the same time. Letting your face be relaxed. You don't need your jaw or your forehead involved in any of this. And you can feel this in the muscles along the side of the body. So the oblique abdominal muscles, letting go. Taking a breath. And we'll just do that same side again. Pushing the shoulder down, pushing the shoulder away, holding the stomach in, feeling the muscles working. Letting the muscles that you don't need to use, letting those be as relaxed as possible. Go. Taking a breath. And then the other side, same thing. Push the shoulder down, push the shoulder away, feel the muscles tightening up on the side of the core, the arm. Relaxing, taking a breath, and doing that again. Coming back, taking a breath, and just feeling that, feeling the tightness in the stomach, letting your belly be a little engaged. And I'll turn you over to Jess.
Okay. If you're able, go ahead and stand up. We're going to continue with the warm up as to increase your breaths and your heart rate and get a little sweat going and lube up those joints so you have good range of motion and prepare yourself for exercise. When we were doing that very end with the core exercises, my low back pain instantly went away. And I didn't even think about that when I first started moving around. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be, I'm in trouble. And then we started doing those and it was just like instant. I guess I just wasn't thinking about my core. So just goes to tell you that a strong core helps relieve a weak low back that causes pain. So thank you. All right. So arms out wide, feet wide, big on balance and coordination for these, okay? Always with the core, keeping the spine safe, keeping your head in alignment with your back. So keep your eyes neutral. You're watching that hand go behind you in a buck. And we're breathing. So two big things, posture and breath. Got about 5 more seconds here. We go for 30 seconds on each movement, so you don't have to worry about how many reps you got left to do or comparing yourself to anybody else. Just do you. Okay, arms up like a goalpost. Shoulder blades tight, chest out. Pull up a knee and curl down and fold down your forearms. So elbows up. 90 degrees on the arms, and you just pulling down your forearms to get the coordination going. Now, as the warm-up goes, you can start increasing speed if you feel like you're comfortable with that. Safely. 5 more seconds here. Good. Shake it out. Feet together, palms together, up nice and tall. We're just going to step to the side and open our arms out wide. So get a nice little bend in your knees, a natural one, just to absorb your body weight. Keeping it low impact. We're not going to hop or jump or get on the floor and do burpees or anything. This is for general fitness, flexibility, mobility. 5 more seconds. And time. Let's make sure you have enough room to go front, back, side, and side. We're going to work on our lunges. Not to sound scary, you can modify a lunge because we do it when we walk. That's just a moving form of a lunge. You can just take a nice wide step out and have a natural bend right here. A little pressure on that knee, but not so far that you're going to hurt yourself. Okay, so we're going to go forward. To the side, staying on the same leg, and then behind. So if you're working up your leg muscles, want to build up your lower body strength, go ahead and put a little more bend in that knee if it doesn't bother you as a progression, okay? So you're going at your own pace and intensity. Halfway point. Arms out to the side for balance, or definitely have a wall or a piece of furniture there to straighten you out if you get a little wobbly. Last one for me. Good, shake it out. We can have a seat for this one. Give our lower body a rest for a second. Let me turn at an angle so you can see how I'm all lined up. I'm on the edge of the chair. My back's nice and tall. My elbows are out to the side, almost like the goalpost warm-up one. I'm going to press out, pull in, okay? So you're going to squeeze your shoulders all the way back, pulling those elbows behind you, press out, pull back. Eyes are forward, core is tight, and just a nice smooth back and forth. Opening up those shoulders in a non-harmful way. We're not going to go over our heads with our arms right now. And it's a good alternative to do if you can't go over your head in the future. Okay, 5 more seconds. And squeeze, shake it out. Okay. What else? Butt kick. We'll get our butt kicks. And we'll get some bicep curls. So we'll just loosen up our elbows a little bit more, keep them nice and close to the side. We're going to get our knee flexibility challenged here by bringing your heel back towards your butt. Okay, so nice and tall, keeping your elbows close to your ribs, pulling your heel back towards your butt. and getting that coordination going. And balance, you're on that one leg for a sec. You can even challenge yourself and test the waters a little bit, but we got about 10 seconds left here. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Get that blood flowing to my muscles. That increases the risk of injury. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I want you to get 2 things right now. Get a chair or a table or some kind of surface to do a modified plank, and to get light weights or water bottles for the strength part, okay? I'll give you guys a second to do that. You don't want our heart rate to go all the way down, so we're gonna try to keep moving. I'll give everybody a sec. Okay, all right. Let's set up for a nice strong plank. You want your shoulders over your wrists, rolling on the toes behind me, core's pulled in, every muscle in your body is tight. Go ahead and roll up. Watch those fingers go to the sky, turning your hips and your shoulders at the same time as one unit. Pull up. Slowly lower yourself down, safely switch hands. 10 more seconds here. No rush. This is just to engage everything, wake it up. All right, go ahead and walk it in. All right, we're gonna pull one leg past the midline over to the other side, almost like a front sweep. Okay, so sweep your leg to the side. Try to keep your hips square to the ground. And you're gonna be working the inner thigh. We're doing the same leg, pulling our foot up to the other side of the still, where the still leg is, across that middle, a little pause. We'll get one more and then switch legs. All right, shake it out. One foot's loose out in front, past the midline. Slowly bring it back. Meanwhile, you still got your shoulders and core tight, but the only moving part is your leg, your front leg. One more. Sound good? All right, back to the upper body. We'll just do a simple row. You're gonna release one hand, have it straightened out, pull back like you would a lawnmower. Back to the straight ahead and switch. If you feel a little shaky in the middle or like your hips are sinking, take a step or 2 in, okay? Just get closer to the surface where your hands are at. I'm gonna get one more each side. Stay on, don't walk it in yet. We're gonna pump our knee towards our wrist, back to the middle, and then out to the side, okay? So back is gonna be neutral in the middle, up towards your hand, back to the middle, out to the side, front and out. Staying on the same leg. Slow and controlled, a little squeeze at the end, waking up our glutes. I'm going to switch after this round. Other leg, knee towards hand, back to neutral, out to the side, keeping your leg bent, breathing, eyes to the floor. I'm going to finish up here, and I'll let you guys finish up where you're at. No rush at all. Okay, back to upper body. Well, actually, let's combine it. We're gonna do what's called a bird dog. So if I was on the floor, if you've had PT in the past, I'm sure they've had some bird dogs in your repertoire, okay? What it is extension of 2 limbs on opposite sides. So my right leg's going back, my front arm opposite is going out. The key to it is to keep your core and your bum so tight that it doesn't rock. If you had a glass of water on the base of your, where your hips and where your belt line is, it should not spill. It's supposed to be a sign of good core health and limb mobility. So shoulders and hips are moving and your core is stable. I'm going to get one more each side because sometimes it takes a while for our mind to catch up to our body to catch up to what our mind wants it to do. So you should be getting the hang of it after a few, okay? And if you practice more, I promise they will be easier and easier, okay? It's hard for everybody at first. All right, one more each, one more upper and lower. So let's go back to lower. I want you to remember the butt kickers in the warm up that we did when you pull your heel to your butt. That's what I want you to do here. Back down straight, curl up and squeeze. Then you're gonna lift that foot on and keep your foot suspended off the ground if you can. And then just curl your heel back towards your glutes. You probably will feel it this tomorrow morning, that little ball in the back of your thigh tight. So we get a good stretch into. Let's switch legs. Watch those hips from sinking and rocking. I know it's towards the end, so we're getting a little tired. I'm gonna get one more, let you guys finish up. Lock it in and shake it out for sure. And then we'll get one more upper body, okay? Nice. Okay, this is a fairly new one. A few of you have seen it before. Arm's gonna be straight down, just like our warm up when we did the bicep curl. We're gonna do that here. So you're hanging your arm down straight to the side of you, keeping your elbow close to your ribs. Slowly curling it up, feeling that muscle ball up, your bicep ball up, get tense, shorten, and then slowly letting it back down. When you lengthen it like that, it also increases the strength if you do it slowly and intentionally. I'm going to get one more each side. And we can take a little water break. Okay, just to explain a little bit about today's workout, I'm going to combine a strength with a cardio to keep that heart rate going. We're going to move in all planes. We just won't get up and down off the floor, okay? Modify in the chair. If you need anything special, somehow let us know, or we'll try to think of a modification if it's a little more advanced, okay? I'm going to need one weight for the first one. I'm going to be in a split stance, meaning one leg's out in front of the other, okay? Can you see me this way? My straight arm is hanging where the back leg would be if I was standing up tall, okay? My eyes are going to be forward. I'm going to dip my hips and my knees and come straight up. So this is going to be a huge challenge on your balance because of that split stance, but you're going to come right up the middle like you're zipping a jacket. Let that elbow flare out to the side and then pop up with your hips. This is a big power move. This is where you're going to get a lot of strength. And it all comes, that's why we pay so much attention to the hips and the core in the warm-ups, because we use it in every strength exercise. Keep going 5 more seconds, and then we'll switch arms. Leave that arm up by your face at the end of the movement so it doesn't hurt your shoulders, and go ahead and safely switch. So squeeze those toes into the floor, press through, pop up nice and tall. Pause, come back down again. So the toes, knees, and hips. And then your arm just follows, goes straight up from the power. Eyes are still forward. About 5 more seconds. Good. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish. And then we'll go right into cardio. Okay? Finish up there. We're going to do front back kicks. Pick a leg. Go front with it, go back with it, change legs, front with it, back with it. Have a wall nearby if you need it. Front and back, switch. The only way balance is going to get better is through practice. So little things like this will help. Obviously, lifting your foot up off the floor and then behind you is perfectly acceptable for someone just starting out. Okay, it doesn't have to be all kung fu. Let's do one more each side since I lost count. Go ahead and finish. Good. Heart rate should be up. Let's get one weight and have it at your chest. Okay. So you're keeping your elbows nice and close to your ribs. Watch me first. We're going to do a front step or lunge, right? And then we're going to twist over the knee in front. Okay, so a little turn to the side, not a full jacked twist. Just to activate the oblique side muscles of your abs and to challenge your thighs. And of course, balance. Eyes forward, chest out, shoulder back. Little turn. Five more seconds. Okay, come on up, set the weight down. And we're going to do fast feet for cardio. So I'm going to imagine, no, I don't even have to imagine. I'm going to put this in front of me. You don't have to have anything like that. If you have a line in the floor or the carpet, that'll work. I'm going to go front and back. Fast feet. Okay, another good one for balance. Stay kind of low. Stay kind of wide. Okay, that helps a lot with your base of support. You've probably heard that in the past too, if you've taken physical therapy. Stay strong on the base from the floor up, and you should be all set with those falls. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that's good. Two weights. Catch your breath, big breath in through your nose. Purse lips, breathing out. Let all that air out of your lungs. Okay, because we still want to stay safe through the strength portion, okay? We get all revved up during the cardio, and then we want to center ourselves for the next, okay? So it's nice and safe. We're going to hinge our butts back. You don't have to go low. This is fine. And then come up with your weights like an upside down V. So you're out into the sides with your arms at first, bringing it up to about your forehead, not overhead. Keeping that core tight, pulling everything squeezed from the hips up. And you're breathing. So the weight's on your heels. Press through those heels in the floor. Power up. 10 more seconds. 5. Slow and controlled. 2, 3. Last one for me. Good. Good. Get more bang for your buck, bringing it back nice and slow, okay? Mountain climbers. So let's get that chair back out or get on your wall or counter space. And we're just going to do some fast mountain climbers. So now we have our mind connected to what the plank feels like. We can speed it up if we want. We're alternating knee to hand. Keeping the back and butt nice and tight. The middle. And then driving our knees towards our hands. That's halfway. 5 seconds. 3, 2, last one. Good. Get the heart rate back to a manageable level. Good. Just upper body for this one. We'll give our lower a break. We do want somewhat of a hinge here and a nice wide, get wide, okay? Like football player wide, okay? Nice and long, nice long back, arms out in front. Alternate arms, pulling elbows back one at a time, then flare out to a T. So front and side. So once you get the groove of that, bring it back nice and slow. Keep the elbows close to the rib cage. A little bend in your elbows when you're making the T. Good. 10 more seconds. I'm going to make this my last. Let you guys finish up. Slowly come up. If you're bent over like that and you have heart problems or on certain medications, I don't want it to trigger anything. Okay, so come up nice and slow. Open up those lungs, feet together, hands together, just like our warm-up, except now you have the capability to go faster. Now that your heart's going, your joints are nice and loose. Get a little dip in your step with it. You don't have to go to a full squat, but you can still challenge those thighs by halfway sitting. Just past halfway, so going on 10 seconds. 5, 2, 1. Nice. Let's get 2 weights for this one. Have enough room to go side to side. Feet are together, arms are straight by your side, chest out, shoulders back. Take a big step or lunge to the side while curling up, just like we did with our warm up in our plank. We just curled up our arms at the elbow, keeping them close to the ribs. Little bend in the knee, eyes forward. Sit down in it a little bit if you can. But remember, the modification is a step. Okay. 5 more seconds. 3. Last one. Good. Take that breath, take that second. You can do it to watch me do the next cardio move if you want. Arms are up overhead. If this bothers you, keep them right here or do something to the side like Terry had been doing. Okay, so we're just going to alternate elbows and knees. Working the lower abs on this one. Course coordination and balance. So you're squeezing those toes, you're pushing off. Still feel grounded to the floor, even with the leg up. 10 more seconds. 5, 2, 1. One more pair of exercises, then we'll take a little break and we'll go through round 2. It'll seem a lot faster and we'll add some nice stretches, okay? Let's see, I'm gonna go for lighter weights on this one. I'm gonna get a chair behind me. I'm gonna do sit to stand. There's 3 parts to it. So pay attention before you get all excited. You're gonna sit to stand. You're gonna raise your arms to the side, and then you're gonna extend at the elbow. Okay, so 3 parts. Sit to stand. Side shoulder raise, tricep extension, and let it down, okay? If it's too much for you with the weights, go ahead and drop the weights, and you can do it with a body weight and still get a nice squeeze. This is for the back of the arms, this last part right here, okay? So it's just kind of an added bonus. All right, we got the time going, but let's say 15 more seconds. Since it takes a while to do the exercise. 10. My last. You guys finish. Good. I'm going to move the chair. Remember that crouch that we were doing for one of the warm-ups? Let's go ahead and keep our feet sort of close together. Arms are going to swing. Just like you're going down a ski slope. So stay kind of low. That core is keeping your back nice and safe. And eyes are forward, and we're breathing. So I would say about 10 more seconds. 5, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. Grab some water. Stretch what you need to stretch before we get going again. All right, one weight on this one. Split stance, eyes forward, right up the middle, pop it up, okay? Power through with those hips. Ten more seconds. Last 5. Safely switch hands. Get the other footing. Arm up to the side for balance. Eyes forward. Pop it up. Ten seconds. Quality, not quantity here, okay? Especially as we get towards the end of the workout. Okay. Now these are pretty aggressive movements, so I'd rather you be safe and learn them before you start knocking the 1,000 out. Okay, front kick, back kick. Foot out, middle, back. Switch, middle, back. So find your own groove. Squeeze those glutes on the way back, and then contract your stomach on the way to the front. Little bend in that knee and the stance leg. 10 more seconds. 5. Okay. Let's give our quadriceps, our front of our thighs, a nice little stretch. Let's have a seat on the edge of the chair. I got space for my foot to be behind me, my knee pointed towards the ground. Pulling your hips above your knees, so that's in alignment. Now I'm going to pull my upper body back. That's going to make all the difference in the world when stretching this right here, your hip flexors. Couple recovery breaths. And then go ahead and come up. Foot back, knee down, hips scooted up. Okay. Again, slowly come back up. We're gonna get our, let's get one weight at our chest. We'll do our front lunge with little twist. Elbows close to the side. Nice and tall posture. Step, turn, feet together, okay? So go in your own groove, 30 seconds. Get that heart rate back up, lower body, bigger muscles burn more calories. That's halfway. Keep those eyes forward. 5 seconds. Nice, nice. Last one. Come on up. Let's do our fast feet. So imagine the line in the middle, or if you actually see a physical one, go for it. Stay nice and low. Press through the toes again. Power through from the floor up. Feel nice and grounded. Once you get confident with it, you can speed it up and challenge. 10 more seconds. 5, 3, last one. All right. So that was another lower body one. We can sit down again, give it a proper rest. But now let's do some knee hugs. So we're on the edge. We get our shin, sitting up nice and tall. Pull towards your chest. You can even move towards the center a little bit to get the sides of the glutes, the outside of the hips. Open up those lungs, don't hunch over. Go ahead and switch. Big breath through the nose. Purse lips out. Good. Shake it out. Let's get our hinge with our upside down V's for our chest. So we'll get the back of our legs with the hinge and then our chest muscles with the upside down V. So the hips will go back, arms will go up towards the center, slowly back to the sides. It's not a swing, even though we've done swings in the past, it's not a power move, this one. Okay, it's just to isolate the leg muscle group and the chest muscle group. And of course the core. As you're bringing those arms up with weights in it, you're gonna feel that challenge to bend over, to get pulled down. That's halfway. 10 seconds. Just go down a little bit. Last one for me. Let's get our mountain climbers. So we're in that plank position. You can challenge yourself by going lower if you want, wherever you're at, okay? So knee towards hands. Try not to let your hips sink. Try to keep your shoulders over your wrists. 15 seconds. 10. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's keep that chair right here. And get a nice pull back. So hips are up and back. The weight's on your heels. You're dipping your head a little past your shoulders underneath. Just let it sink. Don't be stiff in the legs. Natural bend. Absorb that weight. I don't want you to bounce like I just did, but just a nice natural loose supported bend. Get that last breath in. Slowly come up. Walk it in. We are moving and grooving. Upper body now. We'll get our alternating rows with our reverse fly. Taking a T. We start out facing you, so feet nice and wide. Hips back a little bit, arms hanging out in front. Eyes towards the floor. Pull back, then flare it out, okay? Squeezing those shoulder blades together, keeping our belly button pulled back. Breathing. Makes a nice stretch for the chest too, especially after those planks. 5 more seconds. You guys can finish your sets. We'll get into cardio. Feet together, palms together. Open up wide. Sink into the knee bends a little bit. Upper body straight, eyes forward. That's halfway. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. We can go back in the chair. We'll get a nice chest stretch. Actually, Terry can show you the chair one and I'll show you the wall one. Just have the arm behind you and then lean away from the limb. The wall's nice because you can use the surface to guide you up and down, depending on what chest fibers you're hitting. Keep that chest nice and open. Keep your airway to your lungs nice and cleared. Okay, when you're ready, come on up. We got 2 more sets of exercises. We're gonna go to side, steps or lunges with the bicep curl. So I'll give you room to clear your area. Feet are together, arms are by your side. A big step or lunge. Curl those hands up towards your shoulders. Keeping your elbows pinned, bring it down nice and slow. Try to keep your feet parallel with each other as if you were stepping on train tracks. So your knees not pointed out 10 and 2. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, last one. Good. Let's get those ladders. So high knees, pulling the elbows down. Catch your breath, big breath in. Go ahead, drive it. Faster if you can. Be more careful if you can't. Again, if you can't go overhead like this, go ahead and go like this, okay? Stay nice and safe. Halfway. 10. Contract the stomach. 5. We're tired. 3, 2, last one. Okay. Did a lot of shoulder work today. We can give that some love. We pull a straight arm towards our chest. Try not to hunch over, open it up. Again, you can also manipulate the arm to target the shoulder fibers, high or low. I'm going to go ahead and switch. Wiggle those fingers, especially if they've been on keyboards or lifting weights all day. You don't want to keep them tight. It's a nice wake up for the rest of the body too. All right, one more set. Let's get the chair behind us. This is the 3-parter, right? We're gonna sit to stand. We're gonna raise our arms up to the side, and then we're gonna extend at the elbows for the triceps. Feet nice and wide. Lean over your thighs, push through your heels, up, out. Okay, now that you get in the groove of it, you can go on your own for 25 more seconds. Good. Elbows up. Try to keep your neck nice and relaxed so they're not up by your shoulders. Let's get one more. Okay, stay low for the skiers. Going down the slopes. Get the arm swing going. Stay nice and low if you can. You won't hurt your back if your butt is out and your eyes are forward, okay? So butt backing out like if you were sitting in a chair. Chest out, shoulders back, eyes forward. And you shouldn't have any back pain, okay? 10 seconds. Push, 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 push. 5. You did it. Don't stop. Terry's gonna cool us down and then we'll get some feedback.
All right,
Wish.
moving. Thank you, Jess. That was great.
Yeah.
Keep moving, just walk around a little bit, move your hands, move your arms, you know, keeping the joints loose, bouncing a little bit, turning a little from side to side, letting your breath slow down. Like Jess was saying earlier, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Especially out through pursed lips, like you're blowing out a candle. Moving and moving and moving. Using the chair as we were with the planks or with the stretch that Jessie showed us for the low back. Just letting your hips come back. Letting your head sink down, letting your knees be soft. If you want, bend one knee and then the other and sort of sink into that. You'll just feel this little stretch in the hips. We're not doing it fast. We're letting the body cool down, coming to stillness with the legs. And now coming forward and letting your hips drop. If this feels safe to you, if you're using a chair or a couch that's stable. That's why I put a chair on a yoga mat because otherwise it slides all around this floor. Letting your hips come back once again. And then walking forward, coming back to sitting in the chair. Lifting up one knee, as we were doing earlier, this time letting that knee move out to the side, back to the center. You can also do this standing up. Jessie is showing, you can put your hand on a chair, you can stand with your back against the wall. So here we're just stretching out muscles of the thighs and the hips, putting that foot down, going with the other one. And just gently moving the knee sort of from midline to the side. Taking a wide stance and just bending forward, putting your elbows inside the knees, or if you're standing, you can use your hand. And then just dropping one shoulder, holding it this way a little bit, pressing that thigh out a little, coming back, dropping the other shoulder. So you're just getting a stretch in some of the muscles that we were using during the planks. Letting your arms come overhead, slightly
arching the back, looking toward the sky. Here we're stretching out the abdominal muscles. We've done a lot with the abs today. Maybe gently turning from side to side. Letting your hands come down. And just feeling your body now.